So that was the last coal to get the truck out of here. I just had that in here to kind of get a visualization how it looks. So. But yeah, a few more days and that thing will be stuck here for weeks. And I kind of need a thing to go and get gravel. Right, so when we casted this here, it kind of leaked a little bit where the wood was standing here. So it's a little bit of an edge going around the garage here. I don't really mind that, but I'm gonna try seeing if I can. I don't think it's sitting there kind of hard. Yeah, you see it's just kind of just shipping off there. Yeah, it's really shipping off easy there. how it works. Okay, so the entire garage is washed now. So I'm just gonna leave this to dry before doing anything with the floor. But I mean, it's floor heat, so it's already, well, you can see it's starting to dry up here. Something with this garage right now, the sheeting on the wall here, is that the warmer it gets, the more it starts to bend. So I mean, if you look from the side here, you can really see how it's starting to bulk out. I'm kind of thinking about losing that, just leaving the screws on the bottom being loose here, so it just hangs. When we put this on, it was pretty much straight. And when I first turned on the floor heat, you can see that it kind of started moving a little bit, but now I mean, this is, I'm getting my hand in there. It's possible getting the screw loose and making the hole bigger so this can kind of move, but we tried that on a spot, but didn't really make that big of a difference. So it's mostly down here right now, but it's also on the top part there. It's like on the railroad getting a sun curve when it's getting hotter in here. So I've been letting this dry for a day now. So I'm gonna use this. This is something called water glass or sodium silicate that is used to bind the concrete. If I look at the commercial for this, it's supposed to go down around 10 centimeters in the concrete and make the surface harder, and also binds all the dust so it doesn't create dust when sweeping that. So I'm gonna spray this on. Okay, so it's been drying for a little bit over 40 minutes. So I'm gonna put on a second layer here. I'm not gonna put up as thick as I did first. I'm just gonna spray a little fine. Yeah, just a little bit. right, so second layer is starting to dry in. So you're supposed to wipe off all the excess liquid here. Otherwise you're gonna get spots, I think. I got small puddles. Let's just get that off. So I used about 15 liters of this. And this floor surface the inside surface is 10.3 meters in the width and lengths are 16.5 maybe, something like that. This has been drying for around 12 hours now. I mean, it feels dry. If you read the manual there, it says that when the concrete gets its natural color back, you're then supposed to wash it. And I mean, it's a little bit shiny still, so I don't know if it's still gonna sink in or dry up anymore, but I gotta leave that for a while. So I gotta try with this, if it's possible, just letting the lower screws out to stabilize this. I mean, it's kind of a weird look having it go like that. Say still sitting as it should, so we're leaving it like that for now. So this is looking much better. You can still see some wrinkles in the sheeting there, but I don't really mind that. So about epoxy treating this floor, I got a few comments about that, using epoxy on this floor. The thing with epoxy is that it would look really pretty if I put epoxy on this floor. I agree with that, I do. It's just that I don't really feel like I'm not really sure what it would cost. 4,000-5,000 euros to treat this entire floor in epoxy. I mean, you can still do it even though I've done this step I do now. There's no problem with that. You can see here where I did a little fix. It's kind of visible now when I put that thing on. So yes, it would look really nice putting on a coat of epoxy, but I don't really have the money for that right now. And the other thing with epoxy is that I kind of feel like I want to be able to get the excavator in here, even though I have steel tracks, without worrying that much about the floor. How epoxy gonna hold up to something like that? Even though this floor might also give a little ships and dips turning around with excavator in here, but it's not going to be as noticeable on this floor I have now compared to an epoxy floor. I know, I haven't ruled that out, but I'm not gonna do it now. Let's put this up. So, do we want it to hang? I guess, yeah, there's good. How's this supposed to? Aye, how's this supposed to sit? Okay, well, we could have it all like that. You see how crooked this is? Someone had a bad day when cutting this sign out. it's kind of cut out in an angle. So I don't know, should we have the red straight or should we have the white straight? Nah, we're gonna have the red straight here. Well, same with this crooked. So I bought a box with these magnets here. These are really good when you want to hang stuff on the wall when you got metal sheeting. Could screw them on, but I'm just gonna, it's kind of easy as gluing them on. Hey, that didn't hold any good. I had to put on 2 more magnets up here. This sheeting is so thin, so I guess that's why it doesn't really suck into that. That's straight. This looks dry to me now. I gotta wash this off. I kind of want to start bringing all the stuff in again, so I just want to get this washed off. Ah. Oh, doesn't reach all the way. Nah. It doesn't reach if I don't lift that container in, but I don't feel like doing that, so. I think I might need to order myself a bigger scraper in the future. Okay, so I got myself a new welder here. I think this should be big enough for my usage. So, this is for the gas. Let's plug that in. So this gas I actually bought from Amazon. So this is pretty much Mix 18 or Mison 18. That's the brand. I think Mison is a brand, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's argon 82% and CO2 18%. So this is 10 liters. And I paid 150 euros for this. And that includes the bottle. You get to keep this. I'm not sure if maybe you can send this in and get them refilled. But I mean, if you buy a bottle like this, 10-liter bottle in Sweden, you will pay around 600 euros just to get the bottle. And then every fill is around 100 euros, at least here. So I'm not really sure. I think it's better just ordering new bottles every time. So I mean, when you collected like 6-7 bottles, maybe you can send them in and get them refilled. You can't fill these bottles here. No, you can't do that. Rocks. I think I'll just test this. Well, that works. So what if we put it there? Got some more stuff to put in here. It's just some hand soap. Got a lot of plastic bags. And a first aid kit. This is actually really nice to have. really thin, this sheeting. Should have bought this thicker one. So the question now is, do I want this thing here? Yes, I think I do. So I put this here, and then we can put the soap dispensers. Well, let's see about those, but I'm gonna start with putting this here. What is this wound cleanser? Oop. Okay. So I gotta put, is that too close? Maybe there. All right, so now I got some soft soap. This can also be used as a shampoo, so I can just shampoo in myself with this and just run down to the lake in the summer there. And this is just for the messy stuff when you got oils on your hands. Just, well, you do that. That smells pretty good. So now, this is nice. You can just, whatever you want to wash your hands with. And this is pretty much the necessary stuff you got if you got something in your eyes, if you burn yourself. I am gonna complete this with the tourniquet. It's kind of a good thing to have when you like to work by yourself. I'm really happy with that. I did order 2 new signs of this. It's kind of driving me crazy having that a little crooked, so I'm gonna get 2 new signs of that. What I gotta do now is the electric. So everything on the inside is pretty much connected right now. I'm just having building power as it is right now. I still need to get connected to the real grid. So I'm gonna go out and dig that. I got a lot of cleanup to do here where they took down the trees. So the birch were left. So that thing is gonna keep on growing. Kind of look like a mess right now, but this area here was taken down due to that the sewer is gonna get digged here. Well, the oil separator, the sewer, and there's gonna, well, we're gonna get a parking spot there. So I gotta dig in the electrical here. So this box is gonna get proper power. So I gotta dig a yellow hose in that goes to the road, and then the power company is gonna connect that. I'm not really sure where my drainage is going. I think I built my drainage somewhere here. We're gonna be kind of careful digging out there. I'm gonna leave it for the power company to do their thing, and then I'm gonna finish covering this also here. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. It shouldn't be that far away before they come to install this, I think. So just so they can adjust something if needed here. But I think the plan for them are to going over the road there, put a box there, and just from the box connect to this and pull the cable through this pipe. So a few garage videos ago I did pull out the raw oil motor from the old sawmill there, and they had got that thing running now. So let's go check that out.
Innan du startar den så öppnar du den här och tömmer vevhuset på olja, diesel. Det kan bli självkompression att motorn börjar rusa. Du måste få bort all vätska därifrån. Så stänger du startar den där. Det här är en regulator som styr den här höga varv du vill ha till dieselpumpen eller råoljepumpen. Den startas alltid den här vägen. Du pumpar in upp dit till toppen, så ställer du in här, neråt så får den mer, uppåt så får den mindre. Det som har varit med den här cylindern här, de har lämnat antagligen vatten någon gång i den så att den har frysit. Men då hade vi tur att den hade varit spruckig på utvänd. Så då har jag fogat upp här och så har jag svetsat då med nickeltrådar. Det var Kaskolins nickeltråd. Kolven satt fast med, du har 5 kolvringar inne i den. Och alla fem kolvringar satt fast. Jag vågar inte böja ut kolvringarna utan jag har fått rengöra eftersom och ta försiktigt lös dem i kolven. Och då fick jag lösa alla 5 kolvringar. Och sen var det mycket rost inne i den så vi får torna hela cylindern. Den är 100 år gammal och nu hörs den i byn och de äldre gubbarna kommer ju vandrande hit och titta. De känner igen ljudet från när de var barn. Känslig den här. dräpte han. Tänk att det exploderar här.
Ja. Igår vilken explosion vi hade.
Körde in för mycket diesel och den var kall.
Wow! Det där behöver du inte ta med i film.